Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. I seem to be having some kind of crazy technical difficulties this morning, trying to get this live thing to work. So hopefully this works. Um, I just wanted to take a few minutes and share some thoughts. I had a couple of things that kind of really hit me hard about love this week, and I really wanted to share them. And I thought that doing it this way would be a little bit more, you kind of hear my heart as I spoke about love if I did it this way. So trying something a little bit different. So I subscribed to a set of emails from Mike Dooley. I'm a huge fan of Mike Dooley. If you don't know who he is, I really encourage you to get familiar with his work. He's a really smart guy. And he does a lot of things about how the universe is and how, you know, how things really are. And I like him a lot. But one of the things I do subscribe to is this emails that he has. It's called A Note from the Universe. And they're just little short little things, a couple sentences every day. And I just think they kind of brighten the day and give you just a little thing to think about. And one of the things that came through the other day just really hit me hard. And I really wanted to share about it because it was about love. It says, and I will post this, but it says, primitive societies live by the rule of might and the strong prevail. Advanced societies live by the rule of law and the privileged prevail. Enlightened societies live by the rule of love and everyone is lifted higher. I just thought, yes, that's exactly right. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to live from love, and we're supposed to lift each other higher and help each other. And I think we get so caught up in hearing everything in the news that's wrong and bad and that isn't going right, and some horrible thing that people did, and the threats to our national security and whether they're real or not, and just it's so easy to get caught up in the instead of in the love, and to remember what is really important. Because when we lead from love and we follow from love, we're all lifted higher. And I wanted to share two things because I was really impacted this week by two different things that happened. And one was my friend Jake, who I love. Jake is a dear friend, been a friend for a while, and had converted to Judaism, and then had his bar mitzvah this past weekend, and I was so blessed to be able to be part of it. But our family has always been open. Our home is open for holidays, or if you need something, this is a place you can come. And for whatever the holidays, we've always had people here that don't have friends or family locally, and they just needed a place to be or whatnot. And so even in the midst of all of our crazy plumbing issues that were happening this year as we were getting ready for Passover, had invited Jake to come over and help with the cooking. Passover cooking is a lot. There's a lot to do, and it's a joy to me to do it. But my kids used to help when they were littler, and my nephews helped when they lived with us. And then, but now, my kids are older, and there's not really anybody to help. And Jake, not having had that experience with his own family, and I wanted to be able to share that and to pass on the traditions to somebody who was clearly interested enough to learn them after studying for 18 months to, be converted and to have a bar mitzvah and this be his religion of choice. And so it was just a lot of fun, and we made the things, and we just really had a very nice day while they were dealing with my septic tank in the front yard. And we had a really lovely time, and Jake and his husband joined us for Passover, and again, that was just really super. But as I was sitting in the sanctuary on Saturday listening to the rabbi praise the efforts and the education and the character of these people who studied for 18 months to become bar mitzvahs. And I think as Jewish kids, we kind of take it for granted. You get to 7th grade, you start studying for your bar mitzvah. It's just part of what you do. But these guys really had to choose it. And I know as an adult, it's harder to, take on those new educational things, take classes, to do those things, to learn a whole other language. I mean, you have to learn to speak Hebrew and read Hebrew, and it's a big deal. And I was so proud. And I didn't think that it was a big deal to teach Jake how to shred apples and throw in some cinnamon and kosher wine. I didn't think it was a big deal to show him how to make matzo ball soup from scratch. I didn't think it would. Now, my brother-in-law would think it's a big deal because I won't share the recipe with him. But I just didn't think it was a big deal to share something I love with someone that I love. And I was sitting in the sanctuary where the rabbi was praising and talking about the virtues of all of these people who were walking this journey and taking this step. To hear Jake's comments to the rabbi were about that day, about learning to make the soup and learning to make chorosis with the shredded apples, and having those traditions being passed on to him because he didn't have that experience as a child. And I really didn't think that much about it at the time. It was just love, and wanted to pass it on because I love Jake and I wanted to help, and I think that's just what you do when you lead from love. And I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I was really touched to be included. And the other thing that happened was this morning I spent some time on the phone with a wonderful young man who is the son of a friend, and he's no longer with us. My friend passed away maybe 6-8 months ago, and I've been so incredibly honored that his son and his daughter have come to our life and come to be part of our family, and people that we could kind of keep an eye on, as these are young people with no real family now, and just to be part of their world and part of their mentorship and their guide, and people who love them. And you don't realize what an impact it has. It's had an impact on me to be able to give this back to young people who have nobody. And it wasn't anything for me to do. There was no money. It was just time that was involved in showing a young person or showing another person that they were important, that they had value, and that they were worthy, and that they deserved to be loved and listened to and respected. And I think that thing that hit me so hard is, isn't that what we all want? And isn't that what we all deserve as divine children of the light, children of God, children of the universe? We all deserve to be loved and respected and listened to. And I think that it starts here. It has to start here. That if you take the time to listen to the people that are around you and lead from love and come to them from that place of love, it just makes everything better. It just changes the whole vibration of you, of them, and it sends those ripples out into the universe that really will change our world when we lead from love. And I know that there are people that don't agree, and I know there are people that talk about we need the strong might and military and all these things. But I really love that quote, and I think it was, I forget, it was Martin Luther King or Nelson Mandela, somebody really wonderful who said, darkness isn't the opposite of light. Oh, I'm going to butcher this completely. Love is the opposite of, when it's not dark and light and love and hate. It's love. And I'm so sorry, I just completely butchered that quote because I really had it on the tip of my tongue and I went, bink, goodbye. But it's about love. And so whatever you do today, whatever you do in this new month of May, of spring, with new plants and new trees and new greeneries, and I heard in Colorado snow, and I'm so sorry that there's snow in May, but whatever you're doing to take your world forward, your space, your circle, your family, your day forward, lead from love, because that really is the thing that changes the vibration of our whole planet. And my belief is that the reason that many of these conflicts and things seem like they're getting worse is because the love is